What's up, guys? Big Dog Beef back down here at the bench with you, and as promised in my last video, we are going to talk about range bags. This is my range bag right here. It is the, I can't remember it was the compact or is the competition. You know what, I'll post a link to it in the description below, but it is the bag from MidwayUSA. I've tried a number of different range bags over the years, and honestly, I really like this bag. It's got everything I need for going to the range, going to competitions, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we are going to talk about what I have packed in here for a competition and what I'm specifically taking down with me to Florida. I apologize in advance if this video goes long. I will try and make it short. Okay, let's start on the outside, work our way in. First of all, what I love is that it comes with one of these. This is great. It's a dump pouch. Okay, this one's actually very dirty, but it's got this great mesh on the bottom, so when you pick up your brass, any dirt and stuff like that will fall out of here. Makes it a little easier when it comes time to clean. This is always going to the range with me, whether I'm going to a competition or just going to the range to shoot. I love it because, like I said, it holds a lot of brass. Okay, move that out of the way. All right. Next, real quick, I love the actual ID holder. This is where I keep my IDPA credentials in there. So I always have my card with me, but that's neither here nor there. On top of that, there are a lot of people that actually have the same bags at the range. Going around, let me pick this up. Excuse me, this thing's actually heavy because I've got it packed for an upcoming competition. On this side, it has this nice little pouch right here. Fits a nice big bottle of water. Awesome. Okay, let's get into what I have in my outside pockets here. Son of a bitch. I really should have done this in a different room. Alright, I am going to take the strap off for right now because I don't need it. And get off of there. Damn cat. Alright, we'll start on the outside pockets. Okay, in this pocket right here, the one next to the water bottle, it's a smaller pocket. In here, I keep all of my tools, okay? I have a flashlight, okay? But it also extends and flexes. Not that I need that really for competition or anything like that, but it certainly doesn't hurt for whatever reason. I just have one and that's great. Next, I have a couple of these zip ties in here. Okay, I can use these as chamber flags should I need them. Well, there you go. It's just a fluorescent green zip ties, taken all the way down to the bottom. Fits great in as a chamber flag. That's awesome. Got a pen and a Sharpie. Okay, I have a multi-tool with a hammer on it. All right. This actually came in handy the other day when I was changing out the extended mag release on the XDM, because I was upstairs in my office doing it and didn't have a hammer up there with me. Okay, I have a Victorinox Swiss tool, multi-tool. Okay, now I know there's some redundancy here, but you know what? It certainly can never hurt. Okay, I have my gun tool. This thing is great. If you guys don't have one of these, you need to get one. These are awesome. It's got punches, it's got a knife, it's got Torx heads, it's got and I've used this a number of times, it's got a choke removal tool for shotgun, and then screwdriver bits. So this thing has come in handy a number of times. For 20 bucks, I highly recommend getting one. And finally, in my tool pouch, I keep my timer. It's just a spare timer to have. You never know when you're going to need one. I almost needed to break this out at the last competition because the SO wasn't sure if he had his or not. And this is the Competitive Edge Dynamics with the belt holster so that I could wear it. And you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this in other videos, so I can wear it and then I can look up, I can look down and see it on my belt loop. Alright, that's that pouch. Let me pack this all back up real quick. Let us move over to this pocket right here. in this pocket right here, I have all of my cleaning supplies. I have a microfiber cloth, a second microfiber cloth, because remember I'm using frog loop. All I need is this really to wipe it down. I have a mag brush. Very important, especially if you're in dirty, dusty, sandy environments. You need to keep those magazines clean on the inside until you have a chance to get home and do a full cleaning in soap and water. I have a silicone polishing cloth, and wow, gotta love it. And I have actually a Hoppe's travel cleaning kit, but I've altered this a little bit. In this kit, I have, because I'm using frog lube in competition, I can't use petroleum-based products. So what I have here is I have a bottle of frog lube. I have these. I left the Hoppe's cleaner. This is the solvent. This, from what I understand, is not petroleum-based, so it's perfectly fine to use as a solvent. It comes with the bore snake. Okay, I have it in 45. I threw in some of my wood-handled Q-tips, and I threw in a nylon brush, just because you never know if you're going to need one. And behind that are some like field wipes. Okay, so that is it for that pocket. So like I said, I call this my cleaning pocket because everything in here is for cleaning. Now again, you probably have yours set up differently, and everyone has the way they want to do things, and that's great. Okay. Now, by the way, the plan is that when I fly to Florida, this bag is going right inside my luggage. I actually already did a test fit, and it fits. Now, it looks a little full right now. Again, I'm gearing up for another competition here in another day or so. So, there's, you know, I've got everything in here. Okay, this pocket right here is my eye and ear protection. Eye protection, ears, spare set of eyes, spare set of ears. Don't worry about the charging cable. This is actually the... Really? I hope that's not as annoying as it sounds. I probably should have stopped the washer before doing all this, guys. Sorry. This is the charging cable for my POV sunglasses that I wear. Again, packed up mostly for getting ready for Florida. Have spare, never know when you're going to need them, spare foam earplugs. And I need to get this on my lenses. And I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard good things for anti-fog. It's called Cat Crap. Weird name, but apparently this stuff really, really works. I do need to get working on this, especially for down in Florida. By the way, my regular glasses are ESS ballistics. I used these actually when I was in the fire service. Comes with clear, smoke, and yellow lenses. So these are great. You know, if they're good enough for firefighters to use on rescues, I think they're good enough to protect my eyes from you know, from any sort of shards or anything like that. So, okay, so that is the eye protection case. Let's move around to this end unit here. Move stuff out of the way. I really should have moved stuff off of the bench here before starting all this. All right, in this big pocket right here, I have a copy of the IDPA rulebook. This actually has come in handy a few times. I have hand wipes. I have sunscreen. I have more hand wipes, only because I'm running low on those. And finally, I have a small little first aid kit. This one's great. It's waterproof, made by Adventure Medical Kits. They make these in different sizes. This one's great. It's got, you know, pretty much everything. It's got bandages, tape, antibiotic ointment. It's got a little bit of ibuprofen, antihistamine, moleskin, alcohol swab, safety pins. So it's got basically everything you need for one or two people, you know, or if someone goes, oh man, I just cut my finger or something like that. You know, it's good to always, look, you know what, this is what, and that should be in every range bag, no matter whether you're going to a competition or just to the range. You should have a first aid kit, plain and simple, okay? It's so stupid that if you don't have one, then you're an idiot. Okay. Finally, in this pocket here, I have a notebook, because you never know when you need to take notes. I have my membership to my club. I'll actually take that out when I go to Florida. And normally I have my magazine loader, but I think I threw it in here for some reason. And then finally I have my mags. I also have this little flexible tripod, you know, just in case for whatever reason, if I take this camera with me and stuff like that. Oops, I think I just broke it. Okay. Now, so I have 8 mags. Obviously, these are loaded up. I can't take these loaded to Florida. Again, getting ready for a competition tomorrow night, actually. So, it's my understanding that when flying with a firearm, the firearm itself has to be locked up, secured, and we'll go over all that, or you guys can look that up, and there's plenty of information out there on it. The magazines, I'm not getting a whole lot of information on. As long as they're secure, I think they're okay. They don't need to be locked up with the firearm or anything like that. Because originally I was going to take my mags, I was going to put them in the case that the XDM came with. It came in and lock that up and then stick that in the luggage. But if it's okay to leave my mags empty and in here because they're secure, then I don't need that big, huge case. So I can use a smaller case, which I actually have one. We'll get to that in just a second. Inside, here we go, for competition. There's this bag here has side pockets, and we'll get to there in a second. The neat thing about being able to pack this bag into my suitcase is I can put more stuff inside here, so that's great. First of all, my concealment vest is in there, ready to go. A towel. Never know when you need to wipe your hands off, wipe your gun down, or if it's going to be Florida and hot, wiping the sweat off your face. As a big fat guy, I sweat. Okay? I have my holsters, my CompTac holsters, and this gets a good time to discuss the rules. You got to make sure that everything conforms to the rules. The good news is that CompTac certifies that their holsters all are IDPA legal. I checked this holster here, and IDPA states that 2 inches of the magazine starting here have to be covered. I measured 2 inches from here down to here, and that's just above the 5. So if I stick it in, and if you look, it's just above the 5. So this double mag pouch from CompTac just barely covers 2 inches, but it is IDPA legal. Okay? So I got those stacked in here. Currently in here I have my case that I'm going to be shipping my firearm down in my luggage. This is a gun vault. And it does fit in here, and then I even have a chamber flag I'm going to throw in. We'll get to that in another video. But this one here, it won't go inside the bag. I just put it in there for right now to show you guys. It can't be in the bag, it's got to be in the luggage, but not inside the bag. Okay, currently I have ammo in there, again, getting ready for a competition. My plan is that I'm actually going to be shipping all of my ammunition down. I have a box over there behind the camera, and I'm getting it ready. When I get my loads all dialed in, I'm shipping them down to my relatives who live in Florida. This way, I don't have to worry about traveling with ammunition. I'm already traveling with a firearm. Let's not tempt fate. Okay, the Midway bag comes with gun pouches, gun rugs. I like them. They're great. But for my XDM, it doesn't work so well because the inside of those gun rugs are like, not suede, but you know, it's like fleece lined, okay? And with these grips, the sandpaper grips, it kept getting caught up. So I had this old pocket that came with one of my old range bags, and it's just, you know, nylon and all that stuff. So I can use this for transporting, at least in the interim. And again, we're going, you know, when I'm flying with the firearm, obviously it's not going to be in there. Okay, so inside we've got all this room. When I do get down there, I can load it up. There's, by the way, my mag loader, the Uplula mag loader. If you guys don't have one of these are awesome. Okay, you need to get one. I threw a little thing on here, a little carabiner, so I could clip it to something if I need it. Let's put that back in its correct pocket. Okay, and finally in here, I have my spare parts kit. Okay, this is good for any range time, or definitely competitions, to have the extra parts you might need in case something breaks. In here I have the factory spring. Okay, let me try and do this without doing it. This is the factory recoil spring. I have factory striker springs in here. Well, one's actually the factory, and one is actually from the, what do you call it? From the Powder River trigger upgrade. So there you go. I have an extra backstrap, extra #1 backstrap, because that's what I'm using. I should probably pack the #2 in just in case. I have the factory recoil, the guide rod, and then I rolled up the extra light pipes in there as well. Ooh, there's an extra spring. I don't know what the hell that's for. I have the pistol gear extractor tool. This removes the extractor from the XDM. I have the factory. Then again, these are all the spare. Okay, you know what? I'll just stop right now. All the spare parts that are in here pretty much are ones that I already took off of the gun when I replaced, but it doesn't hurt to have them. The only thing that are extra are these roll pins. These are the striker pins. Sometimes the strikers have the striker pin has a tendency to break, so I have extras of these. And I ended up getting the the Powder River Precision XDM punch kit. These 3 punches are the only 3 punches you actually need to take apart the XDM, and I got them because they're small and they fit in there, and this way I'm not taking the punches out of my my punch kit and possibly losing them. So those are in there. So you know what? Spare parts kit, always important to have. And move that out of the way. Okay. And this is just in a little Acro Mills box and seals up very nice and tight. So there you go, guys. That is my range bag, all set up for competition, getting ready for Florida, all of that kind of stuff. So I hope you learned something. I hope something in here made you think about, you know, what you keep in your range bag and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, because I've been doing just a lot of research on this, and I keep going over and over and over again because I want to make sure that, you know, come Florida, I'm not missing something. That something is where I need it to be when I need it to be there. So, anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. As always, I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.